Hello and welcome back to my channel. It's Sam from the Soul of Stella with another pick a card reading here for you today, or pick a block print I should say. And this is all about your next magic moment, the next moment in your life where it just feels like magic has taken hold and all your wishes and hopes and dreams are coming true. We want to dive into where's the good stuff, where's the stuff where it feels like I've been manifesting this for ages, I've been putting in the hard work, now I need the universe to meet me halfway and create some magic here. Okay, so it might come through as love, it might come through as career, friendship, growth, something like that. So we will dive into each pile in more detail, but this is pile number one. These block prints are photographs and artwork that I have taken and they've been put onto blocks. This is a campground. That's pile number one. This is a sunset. This is pile number two. And this is a yellow brick road. And that is pile number three. So take a moment, use your intuition. The timestamps are linked below. When you click on that, it will take you to your reading. So let's dive in. Hi, pile one. You chose the campground photograph block print, and this is your reading all about where is the magic happening? Where is your next magic moment? What does it look like? Let's start with some tea leaf oracle, actually. Spirit, tell us. Actually, no, I want to start with my new deck. The Numinous Tarot, or the Numinous Oracle, I should say. Spirit, please connect me to the energy of pile number one and let us know where in their life is their next magic moment appearing. Where in their life is the next magic moment for pile number one appearing? Thank you. We have North Node, Destiny, and Saturn, Wisdom. So it definitely does feel like something you have been destined to live out. Now, there's such a thing, Rebecca Campbell talks about this if you follow any of her books or teachings. She does talk about the fated life versus the destined life. Okay, so the fated life is like the one where you feel like this is the path I'm meant to go down, this is where I'm meant to be, whereas the destined life is you following the call to what you really want to be doing. And it takes a challenge, right, Saturn, and it takes wisdom to follow the call, okay, to usually get to this North Node, to get to following your North Star, the star that says, hey, this is me, this is my bright light shining on your ideas, and this is where we want to take your life. Okay, so the North Node in Destiny talks about soul school. Wow. A learning curve, fulfillment, purpose, maturing experience, fruition, the North Star, process, development, practice, path, beacon, blossoming, becoming, integrity, and journey. And doesn't this feel like you're, you know, on a journey and you're camping by the roadside or you're camping in the bush as you make this journey? It kind of feels like Yosemite to me in the background of this card. It feels like you're hiking up the mountain. You know, you're really making a trek here towards that North Star. But I do feel like that, look at that magic bursting forth as you take this journey. That is the magic. So it does feel like a lesson. It does feel like growth, but we will get more information. This Wisdom and the Saturn card, it talks about discipline and structure, time, responsibility, tests, ambition, difficulty, restraint, grounding, practicality, self-control, tradition, realism, container, bones, maturity, gravity, and scaffolding. It feels like using the resources that you have, taking them on this trip, but actually finding so much more on this journey towards your North Node than you ever thought possible, which can challenge your set ways of doing things, your routines, your set ways of thinking, can challenge what other people want for you, can challenge how those people react to you setting forth on a new path, can challenge your maturity levels, your emotional intelligence, how you react or don't react. It can challenge how you feel in your body, right? With that bones, it feels like you're like digging up something. You're digging up like a knowing from the past. It feels like you're digging up memories even from the past, and that might be past lives is what I'm really feeling here. With container, it can put you in new environments, but it definitely grounds you. So you need this in order to not get lost at the top of the mountain. Do you know what I mean? Interesting reading. All right, tea leaf, tell us in more detail where this growth is located in pile one's life. Where is this growth? Where is this magic moment? Oh, I just bent my card. Where is this magic moment located in pile one's life? Okay, we've got eagle, triumph over troubles and obstacles. I feel like once you're at the top of the mountain, you're really going to see things clearly about what moves to take next. Especially if this has to do with like passion and career, changing your destiny. Misunderstanding, there's a wall. That feels like the mountain you need to climb. And misunderstandings of people who see you setting out on this new path and who feel left behind. And you're like, no, it's not like that at all. I'm doing this for me. Owl, the wisdom, good advice from a wise person. I also feel like this is spirit as you head out on this journey, and you don't physically have to be taking a trek anywhere. I just keep saying journey because it does feel like a sense of seeking and then resting and seeking and resting and having a destination, a new destination in mind. Okay, with this destiny, it's like I already knew that I was going to end up here in some capacity. And I think this wisdom is coming from spirit. As you set out on this journey, it really speaks to you. But I also feel like it's coming from within too. And that's spirit speaking through you and saying, yes, this is you. This is part of your new self. This is part of like a layer coming off of falsehood and stepping into true authenticity. Not calling you out that you're false at all in any way. But you may know where there's things that are in your life that are not really meant for you. Casket, someone going out of your life at the end or the end of a situation. Okay, so death and rebirth energy. What goes underground is then going to create new life around it. Interesting. And kite, vacation. Okay, hi. Journey, going camping. It could be as simple as a camping trip. You know, it doesn't have to be a big travel location. However, you've got a kite here and it looks like a windsock. Okay, so could be flight involved, flight travel, air travel. There is a hot air balloon in this North Node Destiny card and it's in black, so it's almost like a silhouette. It feels like something that's a little bit risky. It's a new container to be in. It's not the common type of transportation in the air, is it? But it does feel like an adventure. It feels like an adventure. And something that you do like in the early hours of the day, early or late hours of the day, you know, to avoid the scorching heat of the day. So this could be something that's like apart from your 9 to 5, that you might actually be doing your 9 to 5, and then this is like you do it in the early hours of the morning, or you do it late at night after everything is said and done. It's something that you've been like plodding away at for a long time. And this vacation might be actually the freedom, the final like breaking free of some kind of cycle or some kind of structure is what I was actually going to say, not cycle. But it's interesting that the cycle came out because this Saturn energy with its rings around it, it's a Capricorn energy, it's Saturday energy. It talks about building, obligation, authority, and yeah, wisdom. But I think that you're going to be using the resources of what you know so far to build something new, to pitch a tent, right? It's temporary. I'm pitching a tent before I build my dream home here. You know, I'm going to see how I can live like this first before I set down the foundations of something rigid and strong. And it does feel like a seed with this forest here and just that mystical, there's a mist in the background, a very Yosemite early morning in the winter kind of feeling here. Where it's just like there's a seed that's been planted, but it's going to take many, 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 many years for it to become a solid trunk, right? For the tree to really withstand everything. But I feel like many, 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 many years have passed and you've only got many, many to go. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I feel like you've been really building something for a long time. Let's get some tarot on the table. Where, for pile number 1, if this magic is on a journey, can you tell us more about that, please, Spirit? Please tell us more about this lesson, this journey, this destined arrival for pile number 1. Where is the magic at? Where is the magic at? Where is the magic at? The Hermit, the Knight of Wands, the Hierophant in reverse, the Queen of Wands, and the Knight of Pentacles. The Four of Swords at the bottom of the deck, that's the vacation energy right there. That's the need to take a brace. I said brace. Need to take a break so I can breathe and actually hear and see what I need to see. The Eight of Cups at the bottom, you're done walking away from things. You may have just walked away from something. Okay, you might have just walked away from something. And I feel like it was something upsetting. And this is why you're being called to take this pause, take a bath, take a moment, float in a tank. So that you can receive the downloads of like, well, what do I do next? What do I do now? There's been some hermiting, or that's what's going to happen next, some hermiting energy. It's not entirely isolated all the time, but I do feel like this is a call for you to just cut some cords from draining energies at the moment. And at certain times of our lives, even certain times of the month, things can be extremely draining. Different things that would normally be very fulfilling are extremely draining. I don't know about you, but my phone is sometimes the biggest source of inspiration, and then sometimes I just don't even want to touch it, don't want to look at it, don't exist. Like, I wish I could go back to a time when there wasn't any. You know, it can be absolutely repulsive to me. So there is this sense of needing to protect yourself in this hermit mode. I do feel like you've got a strong call here to get out in nature. You've got a lot of winged creatures here too, with the kite, the owl, and the eagle. So I do feel like you're just not wanting to talk to many people. You're not wanting to communicate with too many people. In fact, I probably think that you're just wanting to communicate with self. And with this Nine of Wands, it's a bit of protection energy here going on. You're setting some boundaries, and it may be setting boundaries around communication. So that may involve your phone, the reason that even came up. With the Hierophant in reverse, I do feel like you may even be blocking some of your higher learnings right now, but I feel like this is a temporary situation. With the tent, it feels like this growth and this journey, it is a temporary situation, almost like a bridge to get you from one side to the other, okay? So I do feel like there's a lot of spiritual growth that is coming, but at the moment, you may still be like divided with this wall energy. You may still be just blocking it slightly. You know it's coming, but it's almost like, okay, you know, a big deep breath, a big pause first to just recoup your energy, because you know that this transformation that is about to take place in your life is going to require not just physical energy and strength and courage, but a deep emotional awareness, okay? I feel like this awareness is like you trusting and believing in yourself enough to face your true north, okay? And it's accepting the wisdom that you have already, using it to your advantage, but also accepting that the more I know, the less I know. okay? And it feels like you're very aware that there's a big transformation happening, and this is why there's this need to kind of see how she's like, her skirts are all blowing up. It's almost like you need to gather all that fabric and bring it back to yourself before you start to it like take the walk down the catwalk, right? It just feels like, okay, if I'm heading in that direction, I want everything to flow behind me. I don't really want obstructions in my way. I want to make this as easy as I can for myself, despite knowing there's going to be challenges, more so with myself, okay? And so I think that you're gaining the courage in this quiet, contemplative, probably not so social mode at the moment. But pretty soon you're going to have a lot of downloads. You're going to have a higher learning experience. So be ready for it. And I think you do come out the other side. And it may take a prompt from a wise person who has done something like this before. You know, that old saying where it's like, don't take advice from someone who hasn't walked in your shoes before, or someone who doesn't have what you want. Okay, it might take a little nudge, you know, because owls aren't fierce creatures naturally. They're quite timid, so it might take you kind of even needing to ask this person. They may not come forward completely with their hoo message. You might need to actually coax it out of them a little bit. Yeah, it might take a little nudge for you to go, do you know what, maybe I can do this. I'm not as lost as I feel, or I'm not as alone as I feel, okay? Because on the other side of this reading, then you've got the Queen of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles. So the Queen of Wands is someone who is definitely tapped in, right, to her passions, definitely aware. Look at that beam of light going into her third eye chakra there. All the beams behind her, right? She's got all these wands of inspiration that she knows exactly what to do with. She knows there's a fine line between pleasure and pain. She knows how to use her passion to get what she wants. She knows that an unfulfilled life is not worth living. You know, it's like, I want it all or nothing at all. And she will get it. This is like the call that I feel you've heard inside. It's suddenly like bursting forth. And look at the color of the burst that is coming out of the Destiny card and the color surrounding this Queen of Wands. It really is this warmth that is flowing out of you, and people see that. You start radiating a certain beauty. You start radiating strength and courage that even on your first couple of steps that may feel like you're floundering, you're actually inspiring a lot of other people along the way. And with this comes someone or something, an offer that has been slow growing but is very reliable, that is coming forward to gift you something to help you on your mission, or that is a material, like that is an opportunity for wealth or opportunity to increase your finances, increase your material being. And by being, I mean all of it, like beauty, home, a car, job. Increase your material being, how you live wealthy, how you live rich, right? Because rich isn't just a status, it's a state of mind. Okay, so I really feel like this, like coming forward, it could be a person with a small offer that is something you've really been waiting for, but it's something you can count on, and it's something that can grow, is coming forward. Look at that, what do you call that? Like a desert rose, succulent flower in the background there. Hardy, okay? Hardy, hardly needs any water or maintenance. This is something that can survive searing heat, okay? So something that is really grounded as well. A long time coming, but it's coming. Can you give us more information on this Knight of Pentacles, please? Is this a person, an opportunity? More information on this Knight of Pentacles. Three of Inspiration, the Three of Wands. It's like your ship's finally coming in. Five of Inspiration. There's the Five of Wands. Something you may have been fighting for. There may have been a lot of competition to get this, okay? But I do feel like whatever it is, it has a domino effect in the rest of your life, because finally, it's like the ticker, right? It's like the go button. It's like the push button that finally starts to have a trickle effect, a domino effect of like improvement, improvement, improvement. No longer will you need to fight for this. In fact, the Five of Wands often gives me, when we can get our ducks in a row or our sticks in order, we can pitch this tent. Okay, it can feel complicated and there might be lots of arguments, but it feels like a communication card to me all the time, that if we can communicate and work together, it feels like you can actually pitch something that you can shelter from any further storms in. Sorry about all the tapping. You can actually use it for practical reasons. There's a practicality to the number 5. Okay, there's sometimes conflict and instability. This is a temporary like structure, right? But it does feel like something that it still is temporary, but it still feels like something we can work with as a stepping stone. We can work with it now instead of working against each other. And then you've got the 10 of Pentacles underneath. This is going to set you on a path of greater abundance, possibly with community or family, extended family. Generational wealth is what we're talking about here. We're also talking about longevity of career. We're talking about community impact, money that goes the distance, you know, and this is created because of your spark of inspiration, because you started following that North Node. What becomes of you and what becomes of the world around you as you embark on this journey, it sets so many things in motion that feels so right and that is so needed, okay? So I do feel like this is an opportunity coming. So obviously that does involve another person at some point. However, I do feel like this opportunity might also strike you like the idea you've been looking for a long time. But there was a 3 of Pentacles underneath the 10 of Pentacles. So at some point you are going to need to engage other people in your pursuit to help steer the ships in the direction of the North Node as well. Okay. So you may feel like you're camping out for the time being. You may feel like you're in a period of pause for the time being. There may be misunderstandings, but there's definitely going to be triumph over all these obstacles. There definitely is going to be a sense of you living almost like a new life. You know, do what you love and you'll never you'll never work a day in your life, and your whole life will feel like a vacation. Take a career, create a career where you don't feel like you need a vacation. I mean, we all need a pause every now and then, but there's that kind of element to it. So whatever you've been really passionately planning, striving towards, preparing for, the embarking part has begun. The challenges are on their way. The lessons are coming. Be open to these lessons. Be open to the ideas fulfilling you or filling you with the passion that you need. It's like fuel, right? It feels like a lot of fuel, the fuel you need, and also with the resources that you need so that you can take the steps forward towards that 10 of Pentacles and that wisdom of, now that you have this, what do I do with this? Now that I have this position, now that I'm living this life, what do I do with it? And I'm thinking you're really going to make the right decisions here. Let's get some advice to finish up your reading here. Moments of magic advice. The next moment of magic for pile number 3 on this journey. Thank you. We got 2. Humility. Yeah, what's that? Knowing what to do with it once you get there. When you have such a level of abundance and passion and wisdom and beauty, and there's a sense of clout as well, like a sense of like, you know, you earned this, but like it kind of puts your name on everyone's lips. There does need to come a sense of humility, and also in the asking for this to come through to you. I know that I need this, or it's something that I've been working. I know I need to do this. There's a sense of humility in bending to the will of God, or like bending to the call, okay? And I'm at my knees. Here I am. Use me as your like vehicle to create this change in the world. Allow me, divine, to always accept the right assistance. I welcome your help in every way and delight in receiving it. Humility. And then we've got deepening. Once you're on earth for enough lifetimes, your old soul will begin to long for non-grasping detachment and surrender. They bring the peace of God. Deepening understanding of the way the world works. There's your wisdom, okay? The humility is to ask and to listen to the call for your destiny. And then the deepening is the deepening of your wisdom and the knowing how the world works, okay? The deepening of understanding of self and the deepening of humanity as well. The deepening of understanding how other people may then see your path and take it for themselves, okay? That is what I have for you, pile number 1. The moments of magic coming forward feels very, very life-changing with a ripple effect after the fact. So get ready, enjoy the pause while you can. Thank you so much for being here. Please let me know how it resonated in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Pile number 2, you chose the sunset or sunrise, and it's over water. It's a beach scene with the whole picture is actually a beach scene with the sun setting. It does feel creative, not gonna lie. So let's find out. This is all about your next magic moment. Let's find out whereabouts in your life, for pile number 2, please, Spirit, whereabouts in pile number 2's life is their next magic moment taking place, where it just feels like everything is finally being set right and it's surprising and beautiful. Okay, we have sextile, opportunity, and 8th house of intimacy. Ah, there's the creativity. The sextile opportunity, it looks like a window with snowflakes, an artist palette coming through there. Okay, so opportunity obviously talking about something coming forward. Okay, so this is an opportunity to collaborate. This is assistance, explains, provides opportunity, synergizes, creates possibilities for, open doors, promises, brings insight to, communicates, welcomes, and develops. The 8th house of intimacy is talking about investments, intensity, contracts, sex, erotic capital, secrets, mysteries, obsessions, inheritance, kundalini energy, stalking, and the underworld. You've got agate, you've got a diver's helmet, a pearl diver's helmet by the looks of it, and a pole dancer, okay? So it feels like there's a juiciness to life coming back. The 8th house does talk about sex, death, transformation, occult, magic, taboos, inheritance, other people's money, all that stuff, okay? So it feels very, like, it feels an opportunity to express yourself. Absolutely, that creative element. And whether that's coming through as your body, as the art, you know, through dance or fashion, there's a discovery here, I feel. It's like something rising up your spine and enlivening all your chakras. That's a sentence that I've used in another reading just recently. So it definitely does feel like a new door is opening for you to step forward as your true authentic self. Now this could have something to do with you coming out, okay? I'm just going to put that out there. Happy Pride, everyone. It feels like communication. It feels like collaboration. It feels like an opportunity to work with someone or a tribe. I just heard circus as well. So it could be like a troupe, a performance troupe, where you actually get to perform in ways that are, you know, it feels like Vanguard. It feels like, it feels like, it feels like magic. It really does. It feels like potentially you're performing magic. It's definitely the arts. Let's get some more information from the Tea Leaf Oracle. Tea Leaf, please tell us, for pile number 2, whereabouts in their life is this magic moment showing up? What does it pertain to? What can they look forward to? I just said lick. What can they look forward to? Okay. Okay, it's not that kind of reading. Wow. There's a chunk. It's a chunk. I feel like with all these cards coming out, ooh, like it's a bit of chaos, but it's like a creative fountain has been like turned on, and that's the opportunity for you to finally, it just like all starts flowing out, okay? It feels like Eight of Wands energy to me, a lot happening at once. So we've got the Mule. Someone is extremely stubborn and unwilling to change. Okay, so you may feel like that's you at the moment. It may feel like that's your life. You're just like dragged around on a chain and you're just like, really? Another goddamn day? You know what I mean? Like, do I have to? Weeping Willow, family sorrow. I do apologize. I'm so sorry for your loss if there's family sorrow at the moment. Oh, I just also heard. Wow. Wow. If this is you coming out and it feels like brand new opportunity to someone or some people in your family, okay, so whatever you define as family, are not going to be happy about that, and that's on them. You know, that's changing their own version of life and family history and generational stuff. It's not on you. Jug, lighthearted, carefree time. Okay, so it feels like a bit of celebration going on here. Like, I'll have a jug of that sangria, please. It feels like a lot of stuff overflowing. You know, it's like a lot of emotions coming out, and with those emotions come your expressions and creativity. Egg, success assured with good plans and hard work. You've been nurturing this. And there's a call to potentially keep nurturing this. All creativity needs to be nurtured. Horseshoe, good luck. Fortune favors the bold. Okay? Steady as she goes, I just heard. Steady as she goes. It's like, get your dancing shoes ready. Pile number 2. You know, re-hoof those heels. Because that's going to be the winning leg. Okay? That's going to be the winning leg. Interesting terminology. Broken bridge, unsuccessful outcome to a problem. There's going to be some upset, I feel, from other, like you're going to have to upset the apple cart in order to get what you're wanting here, but it's no fault of your own. It's just what I said before, some other people's stubborn ideas, other people's stubborn opinions, and their lack of openness, really. Wishbone, a wish is granted. Finally, you're saying, finally. Seahorse, family matters. Okay. It feels like a delicate matter. And dagger, fear, worries, tense situations. I feel like you've been living this for so long that the outward expression of your pent up emotions about this situation is really going, I mean, there's even rain in the background of this dagger card here. It really feels like something is just going to, nothing will rain on your parade. Let me just say that. And the wording of that is very interesting as well. Nothing will rain on your parade. There is deep and delicate emotions at play here. However, this is something that can no longer be denied. And this is almost like it had to happen this way. It had to be birthed like this. It had to, you know, upset a few people. You had to cut a bridge in half because that was not the direction in which you needed to go creatively, lifestyle-wise. Okay, it just feels like a lifestyle, creative, potential job opportunity. With it, change. It feels like an identity shift. Let me just put that entirely out there. An identity shift, okay? But there's more here to be excited about than there is to be worried about. The outcome is going to be just fine, is what I feel. Let's get some tarot on here. Spirit, can you please speak to us about the magic moment and what pile 2 needs to be aware of when it comes to this creative pursuit and this new opportunity to expand their level of intimacy, their intimate energy, and that which excites them. Wow. All right, we'll take all that. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Star. Yes. There is a level of fame. There is a level of success. This brings you great healing as you undertake all of this. Look at all these dark cards. I'm going to deal with them straight away. You also got one over here and one over here. Turn it around, they say. Turn it around. Do I have to turn around anything else? No, they're all upright. Okay. That turn it around message might also be for you. Like, I'm hearing they turn your frown upside down. And I feel that with the Queen of Cups, and that's why it was in reverse at the beginning. And then they said turn it around. It's like you don't have to feel unlovable anymore. You don't have to feel unseen. You're allowed to be soft and strong. You're allowed to be soft and strong. This is the deep underworld, okay? And we've got the underworld over here in the intimacy of the 8th house. This is a whole new world. And under this world is a fantasy that other people like to kind of look at, like the Little Mermaid. Sorry about the brightness shift there. We've got a storm brewing outside. But it's alive under there. You know, you've been skimming the surface for so long. But there's such a beautiful, bold, colorful world, and your emotions feel very safe and seen under that world, okay? You've got the wheel, okay? So something is being... The wheel is like the end and the beginning, okay? It's the end of one lifestyle, the end of one identity, and the beginning of a whole other one. It feels like you have danced your way and pushed this wheel into motion, okay? You've followed suit. To this point in your life, you have done everything you've needed to do to get to this point to finally spin the wheel in your favor. It reminds me of one of those old phones, okay, where you stick your finger in and you go with each number. You have to spin the whole thing around and around. Loved those. They were so fun. But very impractical, right? That was just a waste of time is what you're thinking, but it wasn't, because you had to do all those maneuvers in order to get to the top of this wheel. In order to get to the top where it feels like, whoosh, now the wheel's going to start moving. Now it's really going to take off, okay? Now the wheel hasn't got all those bumps in the road. Look, every journey has its bumps in the road. There's definitely going to be more of that. However, I think it's finally going to go in the direction you've pushed it in, okay? Rather than it just being the direction you kind of grew up in. I really feel like this connection to the way you grew up or were brought up or family matters it has an underlying reasoning or blockage as to why things didn't move forward before. You've got the 5 of Pentacles. Okay, you've got the 7 of Wands, the 3 of Swords, and the Knight of Inspiration. Now, they are a lot darker, but there's hints of glowing gold in each one of these cards. With the 5 of Materials, you're really wanting to move out of this feeling of being left out in the cold, of not feeling like you belong, okay? That word came up before, of not feeling like you belong, of not feeling where do I belong, of not knowing where you belong, but also this feeling of feeling unfulfilled financially as well. So underpaid, overworked, underpaid, just cutting, like just hitting the mark, you know, just breaking even, robbing Peter to pay Paul, that kind of feeling where it's like, I'm not feeling like I'm getting ahead, and I actually want to walk through those curtains that are being lifted. There's a veil being lifted here, and you're able to walk into that secret society in the background where there's just this glow of like, this is where success comes from, this is where the magic begins, okay? So although you feel you've pushed the wheel in the right direction, it's like the journey's just beginning on how you walk into that room, how you behave in that room, how you start to improve your situation in that room. And your situation meaning how you earn money, how you dress, how you speak, how you present. Okay, there's something very like tangible about this 5 of materials and the wheel. It's like I walk in to this new opportunity, but now I'm transforming myself as I go, kind of like a Rubik's Cube. Okay. With the 7 of Wands, it feels like you've definitely had some blockages for a while. You've definitely pushed these curtains aside, though. It's something you've had to do. And I do feel like it's a mental thing for you. You've had to push aside a lot of other people's opinions, possibly a lot of red tape as well. And you're not quite sitting up and noticing how far that gap is that you've created for yourself to walk through. See that door? See that room of gold, that room of magic you think exists? You created this. Okay, so stop blocking your blessings is what I'm hearing. Stop blocking your blessings. Now you can put your head up. Now you can hold your head up high. Now you can see the sunset for what it really is. Now you can see the sun rise on a brand new day. There's heartbreak here. There's tears. But there's also a new door that is being opened here. Okay? This new door comes with it a lot of passion, a fiery persona. It comes striving in. You know, it's like it's not even prancing. It is thundering in through that door. So just when you feel like you've upset the apple cart a little too much, what you then realize is there's power in this pain. And that power sparks all the ideas. And that's what I was feeling at the beginning, this rush of creativity like a waterfall flowing into you. You've had to dive deep for that pearl, but you've extracted it from the oyster. The extraction is painful, okay? The hunt is painful. The exposure can be painful, okay? So there is a sense of like, even though you come out to the light, even though there's healing here, there is a lot of pain as you process the healing of, well, why didn't I do it sooner? Why wasn't I offered this opportunity sooner? Why didn't I realize sooner? Why didn't I say no to those people sooner so that I could say yes to myself sooner? You know, it's all these what ifs that we play with that breaks our own heart. But we've just got to accept what has been, okay? What has been. And in fact, there's an artist kind of, I hate to say it, but there's an artist kind of alchemy that is coming from you, where you're able to turn your pain not just into pleasure through sextile and intimacy. It's going to be extremely pleasurable indeed for you to be your authentic self and for you to work in a creative realm that fully puts you on display, fully on display. It's scary, but it's amazing. It's scary, but it's exciting. It's something you've wanted to do, and with it can come a tinge of like bittersweetness, okay? There's a bittersweetness to this energy, and I feel for you. I really do. It's a hard thing for us artists and, you know, the weirdos of the world, and I say that in the most loving way, to face ourselves, to have a good look in the mirror and go, yep, I've got the guts to do this, and process all that you've had to go through in the past to get yourself to this point. And it does feel like a long, lonely road sometimes. But when you finally stick it out, okay, so there is sometimes an adjustment period. When you stick it out, there's so much pent up energy that has been held back, right? The pent up energy that has been held back for so long, that sets you free. That absolutely sets your emotions free. That sets your abundance, your magnetism, your manifestations free. It's everything that you've been manifesting finally moves towards you, okay? Starts to move towards you. This star energy kind of feels like you're a role model as well. You're being put on a pedestal in some sense. So be prepared for that. There is a sense of you're going to need to tell this story at some point in time. This does feel like an extreme leap of faith that's going to have a knock-on kind of tumbling effect, a tower effect on all the things in your life that you can no longer stand. You can no longer stand them. But do you know what? You've got community here. You've got people you can count on. It's okay to ask for help, okay? Because there's so much inspiration coming your way. There is a complete transformation that is taking place within you, and this was destined to happen. This could set you onto the world stage. It could set you traveling. This is the higher purpose that you came here to live out, okay? The higher purpose of you speaking your authentic truth. This is me, right? There's a Mr. Showman. What's the Showman? That soundtrack, it feels like it's playing in the back of your entire life with this situation. Wow, I'm so proud of you. My little heart is just like, wow, I'm so proud of you. Okay, Spirit, can we please get some very clear magic moment advice? In this magic moment advice for pile number 2, what would you have them to realize? What would you have them to understand? I just heard why now. Yeah, I'll take the one that flew because that's going to answer the why now question. Oh, there's more. Goodness. Wow. Because why now? The answer is because you're grounded enough to let this in. You're grounded enough to let this waterfall finally flow. The waterfall needed the rocks to form in place so that it would be ready to harness the flow of these ideas. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. Many of the most evolved beings on earth are regular folks living with joy, dignity, and courage. That is you. That is you. Yes, you can do this. Okay? Allow me, divine, to move with the flow and respond with calmness and peace. There's a sense of great fun, great intelligence, great communication, great friendship coming from this flow of ideas and this flow of magic into your life. And then we have outrageous openness. Oh my goodness me. Oh, dear love, open me to your will. Release me from my attachments. Surprise and delight me with your plan. You know what's needed, and I am open to receive. Say no more. Say no more. Okay? I think you know what that means for you. Wow. Outrageous openness. That is the magic. That is literally a gift opening in front of you. You're pulling all this out of this hat for you, for your life, for your community, for your satisfaction. There's a deep sense of satisfaction coming from this pile number 2. Congratulations. I'm excited for you. You've got this. Thank you so much for being here. Please let me know in the comments below how this resonated, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Pile number 3, you chose the Meandering Yellow Brick Road block print, and this is your reading all about where your next magic moment is appearing in your life. Where is the magic coming from in your life? Okay, we're waiting for that magic. We're waiting for that breakthrough. Spirit, please share with us where in pile 3's life is the magic about to be unleashed. Whereabouts in their life is their next magic moment showing up for the Spirit? Jupiter, expansion, and Sagittarius, the Voyager. Could they be any more similar? Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, so that's very interesting. This has to do with expansion of the mind, of the heart, of travel, of the world, okay? It also has to do with good luck, especially Jupiter and this expansion card. It says enthusiasm, optimism, generosity, benevolence, beliefs, luck, seeking, travel, positivity, lectures, foreign cultures, teaching, pilgrimage, chance, expansion, leaping, exploration, and potential. You've got rainbows, you've got dice, you've got the wheel, okay? This roller coaster, this wheel, this Ferris wheel. A lot of potential. My hands just started itching, like my fingers. It's like there's magic conjuring. You've been brewing this, you know? And I don't know, it feels like cards, you know? It feels like shuffling. Are you Vegas style shuffling? Gassy, you know, expansion in the gases. Interesting. Sagittarius, the Voyager. Enthusiastic, philosophical, independent, generous, ethical, seeking, happy-go-lucky, adventurous, honest, bareback, unbridled, experiential, lucky, boundless. Wow. Traveling, risk-taking, tactless, self-righteous. Okay, so you've got a tattooed man, you've got a horse, you've got blossoming like irises, what looks like a yellow brick road in the background there as well, a plane, a rose expanding. So a lot of good luck is coming your way, and it could possibly have to do with travel, and it could possibly have to do with a bet or a risk paying off, like something like if who dares wins. It's that kind of energy. Let's inquire with the tea leaf oracle. Whereabouts, can you give us more information? Specifically, whereabouts is this expansion energy, this magic moment happening? I'm not taking all of those, that's too many. In pile number 3's life, please, Spirit. Whereabouts is it happening? And what do they need to know? I think that's enough. That's quite a lot. Actually, there's one more flipped. Oh, I'll take it. The tea leaf oracle is very revealing. Okay, so we've got the desk. Pay attention to your work. I'll pop that in the middle. Crib, birth, conception of a child, or enterprise. MTV. Welcome to my crib. Ink pot, problems to be resolved. I'm hearing don't cry over spilled milk. This too shall pass, and it feels like something to do with the desk, with the ink pot on the desk. Pay attention to your work. Don't make unnecessary mistakes. It's like crossing the T's and dotting the I's to make sure this gamble pays off, okay? Happiness, just plain old, beautiful happiness. Plain old. Nothing plain about happiness. There's a sense of peace about that as well. Sunshine coming down on your entire life, brightening up the situation. Dog barking, advice from a friend, possibly about a situation that feels like a puzzle or a maze. Like, which way do I go here? Where do I go there? This could have something to do with getting advice from a friend about which directions to take in a different country. What should I see? How should I organize my itinerary? Again, that does feel like the ink pot, like, ooh, something might not go according to plan, but I can just rewrite that, you know. Eagle, triumph over troubles and obstacles. Again, with that kind of maze-like energy in the background there. Interesting. Bird, perched, waiting for news, package or letter. I just heard graduation. Okay, so you could, or contract. There's something contractually agreed to. You could be waiting on like the proofs. You could be waiting on the final star. Guaranteed success down this yellow brick road. You are off to meet the wizard, the magical Wizard of Oz. And there's no tomfoolery here. I feel like the path ahead is paved with gold. Spear, heartache over what you no longer have. Okay, to lose some, to gain some, you lose some. Wow, interesting messages. All right, this does feel like travel with the birth of an idea, or it's got to do with travel. You will know what this is. It's definitely something that's you've taken a chance on, and now you are being given that chance to go and seek, to go and find out, to go and have this adventure. Have you like applied for, there used to be, I don't know if they still do it, there used to be like an Endeavour ship like the actual endeavor, and they would take certain numbers of young students onto the endeavor to have this experience of a lifetime sailing around parts of the world. It feels like something like that, where it's like I'm off on an adventure, but I'm waiting for the funding, or I'm off on this adventure, on this travel, but I'm waiting to secure the position, to secure the role overseas. I've rolled the dice, and I'm waiting to hear back. I'm waiting to get my like green card, you know, your ability to work in another country. It's of that nature. And I think there's a sense of homesickness once you start this adventure, but it's not forever. You know, I feel like it's bittersweet in that it can hurt, that there's so much new all at once. And that home then feels like a crib that you're kind of carrying around on your backpack with you. You may be traveling in style though, because this like Sagittarius Jupiter expansion lucky energy, it does feel quite like a win. I'm not gonna lie, it feels like a win. It feels like something where there's going to be a lot of fortune following you around. Fortune favors the bold, but also fortune is going to follow you. Let's get some tarot on the table. We need some more information, please, Spirit. Where is this magic and how is it going to pan out in its manifestation for pile number 3? With this magic, what comes? Clearest messages you can give us, please, Spirit. This luck, this expansion, this travel. What comes with it? How's it unfolding? Wow. Four of Voices. Another pile got this as well. So the Four of Swords. I'm hearing like take the rest while you can. take the bath while you can. Okay. I'm going to turn that around. Okay. This is not the opportunity that you thought it was going to be. But it's actually better. With that wanting to actually be in the reverse position, this is the Knight of Pentacles, something that is moving slowly towards you. It could be that whatever you were slowly plodding towards, this is actually so much better and it's coming in fast. Okay, because the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight. It's still someone or something coming towards you. But I feel like what's coming is a little bit different to what you thought. And it's actually moving at a quicker pace. I'm going to put that at the beginning. Then you've got the World. You've got the Sun. You've got the Page of Pentacles, the Four of Cups, and the Three of Cups. Okay, with the Four of Swords at the bottom of the deck, which is talking about rest and rejuvenation. So two major arcana cards here that really indicate travel, that indicate good luck and travel, that indicate courage and worldliness, that indicate success within the world, okay, within your adventures. The Sun is a Leo energy. Sagittarius is also a fire sign. So it's been lit up. The world has been lit up for you. There's potential. There's happiness. There's great happiness at play here. And it's coming in quite quickly. The world is your oyster. The world, cosmos, okay? So it's going to feel like it's out of this world. This Page of Materials, this Page of Pentacles, it does feel like a gift. It feels like a brand new opportunity to live an extraordinary existence, even if it's a temporary one, okay? It feels like a win. It feels like a win. I can't deny it, especially with this Knight of Pentacles in reverse, but it's actually like saying it's coming towards you very quickly, very quickly. This is why it's magic. It feels like a stroke of good luck coming out of absolutely nowhere. As much as you have wished upon a star for something like this to happen, and as much as you may have been working with your passions to make something like this happen, it actually starts, here it is, fully formed, ready to go, okay? It doesn't mean there's not going to be some hiccups along the way, But there's advice coming through for you. This potentially has a lot to do with your work and career and expansion of your career and taking your work around the world with you. This could be a side gig, okay, that you, your own business, that then you start to travel the world as a result of the success that actually comes through quite quickly for you, that felt like a risk when you first started. People may have been saying to you, don't do that, you're crazy. And I just feel like you're waiting on the, not permission, but it's almost like a permission slip. You could be waiting on your passport to arrive. You maybe didn't even have your passport ready because you thought you had time. You have a tiny little pause here, a tiny little pause. Take the break while you can. Get the rest and rejuvenation that you can now, because here it is. It's only a matter of time. This awakening that's coming forward as well is going to shed light on every part of your life. This is going to help you see things differently, is what I feel from this. This could be resurrecting ideas. It could be resurrecting people from your past. So, I mean, be careful with that. If people just want you for your money, I don't know. There's a sense of awakening to a whole new world. Like if the Aladdin theme song was your theme song. And then that's interesting that I said Aladdin, because then you've got the lovers underneath here. So it can even open you up to a whole new world of partnerships, friendships. You might meet the love of your life as you are traveling, okay? You might invite your partner to come with you if you already have one. But then you've got the Emperor underneath, and it feels like something entrepreneurial. It feels like something where you're bossing up your life in a big way. You're living large, loud and in charge, you know? Beautiful energy here. Very exciting times. With the Four of Cups and the Three of Cups, it feels like there's been a big period of boredom in your life, of dissatisfaction in your life, and now there's a reason to celebrate. But be aware that with travel and with celebration, there does tend to come a lot of patience, okay? So it does come with a lot of time spent in airports, waiting for transfers. There's that kind of energy as well. There's a sense of you will get pockets of downtime. They could be extremely boring, but if you stay connected, okay, and this is also kind of like a warning to not get bored and drink yourself into oblivion as you embark on this journey ahead. Although there's going to be plenty of social outings and plenty of social time that are going to spark new life into your cup of life, I guess you could say. Pour into your cup of life, pour into your sense of adventure. There are still going to be moments where it could be very easy for you to overindulge if you became too stagnant, okay? So make sure that you balance out the work and the play. Make sure you balance out your emotions and the energy that you give to other people along this path. There may actually even be 3 of you traveling together. If it's not your lover that you already have, I feel like one of these new friendships could potentially turn into more. And it's like the 3 amigos go on this adventure together. Okay? It's interesting because the desk has 3 legs visible in this card here from the Tea Leaf Tarot as well. So too does the crib. There's 3 legs shown on each of those cards. You've also got 1, 2, 3, 4 cards with feathers on them. Interesting. Tell me more. Tell me more about this 4 of Cups. Tell me more about this 4 of Cups. Tell me more about this 4 of Cups. Plenty more, actually. Queen of... What? That's not what I want. Well, there's heaps more. Okay, so you've got the Queen of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, the Eight of Wands, sorry, and the Seven of Wands. I think you're really wanting the material to show up quicker than it does. So okay, there's two messages here. Sorry about that long pause. I was just processing what I was getting. It's quite specific too. So this Four of Cups, it could be that as you're offered this opportunity, as you take this win or this gift, remember how we had the Four of Swords at the bottom of the deck before? There was a pause. And I think there's a sense of boredom, or there's a sense of, well, it's taking too long, it might not happen, but then it all starts flowing. Okay, so there is a sense where you kind of get impatient for the monetary side of things, the wealth side of things, the windfall to actually land in your bank account or something like that. There is a sense of getting impatient about that and starting to lose hope about that, and feeling like you know, you get in a bit of a panic about it. But there's also a sense of when this money comes in, all these ideas kind of overwhelm you as well. And a lot of messages might come through at the same time. Okay, so you get the win, the wealth, the windfall, okay? And then you get a surge of ideas, and you start trying to put these ideas out there. You start messaging people. You start trying to make this happen. But there's still some blockage, or there's still red tape in the way that actually causes you this sense of, it's almost like unwarranted disappointment, or crying over the spilt milk before the milk is even spoiled on the floor. Okay, and I think it's just a sense of you getting a little bit worked up about, well, this opportunity is so big and I'm not used to having such unbelievable things happen to me, that I'm actually waiting for the other shoe to drop and someone to say, joke, you know, April Fools or something like that. Like, oops, we gave the crown to the wrong person, that kind of thing. Because after the Four of Cups comes the Five of Cups, which is true loss and sadness and disappointment. But I think the Four of Cups really is here saying, like, you're over it, you're over the delays, you're over the boredom, you're not seeing the cups for what they actually are. And so be careful that you don't get in your head too much. You're in your feels, I should say, really in your feels too much. And panic too soon, because there is a lot of abundance here, and it all is going to start flowing through. The ideas are going to start flowing through. And yes, there can be some blockages sometimes. Yes, there can be some things in our way sometimes. Yes, people can come running for our money, and we have to set boundaries, and that might be like a dampener on your day, on your experience, on your happiness and joy, but don't let it get to you. There is a real sense of like, remember how to control your emotions. Remember your emotional maturity in moments like this, because it is very easy for us when we've come into a win, or we've come into a happy moment, and we've got all this success coming forward, that our first experience of a higher level problem, you know, triumph over obstacles, okay? Heartache over what you no longer have. Problems to be resolved. Oops, I dropped the ink pot. Your first like higher level problem can feel so stressful, because you're almost thinking that your path ahead is completely pebbleless. I'm not going to trip over anything now. Everything is all good. But life still throws its little curveballs at us. It's just a higher level problem. And so you're learning how to keep your emotions in check, and to actually come at it from a more mature perspective. And now that I have what I'm asking for, how do I step into life as the person who remains humble, remains kind, but still has healthy boundaries set around this newfound luck and optimism and joy and wealth and adventure. Okay, yes, things can happen along that road that we have to counter for. Okay, so this is just going to be like a little test, but actually you've got plenty of people around you who really support you and who really want to see you succeed and are very, very, very happy for you. Okay, there's a lot of joy, a lot of celebration, a lot of fun to be had. But it's just not taking things for granted is really what I'm getting at here. It's like, stay humble, stay grounded, realize what you've got without being egotistical about it, okay? Without being egotistical about it. And I think when you can come from a place of not letting ego rule your emotions, then your ideas are actually creating more inspiration. Your ideas then come thicker and faster, and you actually become an inspiration to others. Okay, so you may have like a role model position of sorts in this kind of win, in this kind of luck, where you're going to then need to set healthy boundaries about how much you communicate with the outside world, because the Eight of Wands can often talk about a lot of communication coming in very quickly or going out very quickly. And so it feels like, do you know what it feels like? It feels like publicity training. It feels like fame training, where you're just going to have to learn how to deal with your emotions and not wear your emotions on your sleeve 24/7. It's like some things are for privacy and some things have to come from like a marketing angle. Okay, interesting message. You've also got the Empress appearing at the bottom of the deck here, another major arcana card, and Cancer energy I'm feeling, right? So it's something that sets your creative path in motion. I mean, she's the queen of all queens. She's got a baby, which is the world, and in this case the galaxy, the universe inside of her. Okay, Sinead O'Connor song coming to mind there. You may actually be giving birth in another country, okay, if you are of womb gender. Or you're birthing something from your sacral chakra. You're birthing something from your solar plexus chakra. You're birthing something from your heart chakra. Through love, something else is created here that brings the whole world, the universe, into your sphere, into your attention, into your realm, and into your rule, is what I feel. There's a real sense of regal, feminine, mothering energy here. Okay, so whether you have this person who kind of looks over you and is one of the three that is part of your tribe on this adventure, or whether you step into more of an Empress, I am the world, I am of the world, I have the world within me, and you step into a more motherly role as a result of this travel and this adventure. Okay, whatever it is, there's a lot of passion coming forward. And so again, it does give me the sense of if you are of womb bearing sex, then there is a child within, there is creation within. So let's get some final advice from Spirit about this beautiful adventure that you're embarking on, this luck, this expansion that you're embarking on. Divine Source, help me know that all my deepest needs will be met. Let me trust that you have a plan and the right actions will come. You are my source for all. Divine Source has divinely guided this into your life, and you know it, and you are here to give thanks, to enjoy it wholeheartedly, and to be a beacon for others to continue to remain hopeful for this situation to then appear in their own life, to be born into their own world. Okay, there is a sense that you birthed this into life through your own divinity as well. You know, that it's like good karma paying off there. I do feel like you're going to receive a phone call very soon, letting you know of this expansion. Divine abundance, divine source, divine abundance. There is an element of you because you trusted in this. What have we got here? Energetic clearing. Okay, make way for this. Make way for this. Divine abundance. You were born to align with love's will. Follow the Tao. I can never say that word properly. And serve something beyond the ego. Right? Learn to be abundance, not chase it. Learn to be abundance. What did I say before? I am the universe. The universe is inside of me. Anything that I will, I can create. Right? There's that kind of sense here. So pray, be grateful, however you pray. You know, get out in nature and give gratitude for the tree that built the house, the mud that made the brick, like every single thing. The plant that grew to feed you. Be grateful so much for the divine timing and divine plan that has literally formed for you so that you can enjoy this abundance that is coming for you. The path ahead truly is paved with gold. And in fact, you paved it through your own being, through the past lives that you like agreed to live before, and in this life you're agreeing to a beautiful state of creation. You're agreeing to this incredible state of happiness, luck, and joy. So appreciate all of it. It's coming. It's on its way. Get excited, pile number 3. I'm excited for you. I'm coming. Pack me in your bag. Get that passport over the line. Enjoy. Safe travels. Let me know if it resonated in the comments below. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you in the next one.